What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I have X-Wing as we go for Kenobi episode 4. If you go back to the other reviews, you can watch him just slowly crumble and fade. I know I'm a day late on this. I've been traveling, but I'm back home. But I would not have done this review without my good friend here. So we're going to go through the episode like we always do. And he can stop and discuss whatever he's feeling. I'm not sure. Whatever he's feeling at the moment.
Got a good one today.
Well, let's begin, shall we? So this is one of the shortest episodes. Actually, it is the shortest episode that we got so far from the Kenobi series, and it picks up right where it left off. Kenobi is I guess in shock, not doing well. He's being carted through, through all these sick people. He's been rescued and they dump him in the Bacta tank. So while he's in the Bacta tank, him and Vader seem to have a little moment in the Bacta tank together, whatever that means. They were talking, whatever, and he jumps out of the Bacta tank, and the first thing he says is, "Where is Leia?" So then we know that Leia is in the company of Riya.
I feel like we should stop there already. Problems. Like the one time I want a flashback to from Lucasfilm, like we don't get a flashback to. Missed opportunity.
I thought this whole show would be like a Clone Wars flashback, and it didn't happen.
They hate the prequels.
Well, isn't this kind of like a thing for the prequels? Like, isn't this what this was for?
You would think, yeah.
So then we go to Riya, who's with Leia. Now, again, we just want to throw this out there. We are not criticizing any actor, actress, child. Bullying them is stupid and wrong. All that stuff is ridiculous. They are paid to do a job. And if anyone should be criticized about their acting, you should criticize the writing and directing. That is where I always stand on things. Never go after the actor, the actress, whatever. It's because the director directs, they do their job, and they're like, yeah, it's good enough. Print. So then you have Riya interrogating little Leia, and Leia's being Leia. She snaps back and was like, "Is this a staring contest?"
Such good writing.
Because Riya is trying to get information on where the secret base is and where Kenobi and all that stuff is. So she's interrogating this little Leia, and Leia's just, "I'm a princess. How dare you? Don't talk to me." And Riva's trying to be convincing, saying, "Hey, look, Obi-Wan's dead. No one's coming for you. You have my word. If you give up this base, if you give anything up, like, you have my word. Nothing's gonna happen to you." Well, Leia, being Leia, little Leia, was like, I'll never join you." And they proceed to put little Leia in one of those chairs. I guess that's what they put Han Solo in. Maybe an Empire Strikes Back. Whatever it is, she was strapped up in a chair. She was going to be tortured. But there was a quick scene where Riya started to play with, or just held little Leia's little robot. And so that comes back. That comes back later. We playing with the little robot.
Hang on to that, because that's going to be important later.
Well, then we go back to, and I might be jumping just a tad here and there, but basically I'm just putting it all out there. Then we get to Ice Cube's son makes an appearance. And Obi-Wan's like, he's out of the Bacta tank. He's like, "I need help. We got to rescue Leia. What do you know?" And do you remember his name? I can't remember his name. Forgive me.
I don't remember. No.
Basically, he's like, "Get Obi-Wan out of here." Calls Obi-Wan General, by the way, which is kind of interesting. But he's like, "Get Obi-Wan out of here." Everyone's looking for him. He causing danger. And he's like, "No, we got to help Leia." Then he begins to say, "Hey, look, my wife was a Jedi. or had Jedi powers, and the Inquisitor's founder took her out. And he does make one cool line that I really did enjoy. He was just like, yeah, anyone that can move a rock, all right, from here to Coruscant is in danger. I actually like that line. He's like, yeah, anyone that can move a rock. I was like, it just brought me back to the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Of course. Yes.
So then all of a sudden, after yelling at Obi-Wan saying, get out, he goes, okay, I'll help you. And then they go to this scene here where, for me, the rest of the show turns into Jedi Fallen Order, where Obi-Wan is now Cal.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, that's for me. So they show this thing. This is like how you get in. It's deep in the water. You got to swim. And then Obi-Wan looks over at, what's her name again? See, I can't remember their names. It's so sad.
I don't remember her in-show name. Yeah.
Tal,
Indira,
whatever.
Indira Varma. I just call her Indira.
Yeah, she's the spy. Remember, everyone? She's the spy that saved Obi-Wan. And she's like, I think I can get you in. I got clearance. You know, you swim underneath. I'll go in the front door, and we'll get you in to save little Leia. So, so that's what's happening here. So now you got this whole thing going on where Obi-Wan is swimming. I guess it's a callback to the prequels.
Yep. Jedi rebreather.
Yeah. And then, so you have the spy. She's a high-ranking officer. There's a couple key moments where they're like, what are you doing here? This ain't your post. What are you doing here? She's like, I'm a ranking officer. Shut up. You know? And
she gives the best. She gives the most imperial that we've had since God knows when. Since Director Krennic, I would say.
I actually love her character.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like no fear. She's like, whatever. I'm supposed to be here. Yeah. You know, I'm your commanding officer. So they let her in, and she goes to this one area where she's guiding Obi-Wan. And then Obi-Wan makes his way into the little Inquisitor Temple, which is in the Mustafar system, which I didn't know that that's what it was called, but they were in the Mustafar system. And then Obi-Wan comes upon this, where he has the line where it's like, this is not a temple, it's a tomb, right? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
And he's looking, this is where they like fill in a lot of time, because he's literally walking through and just stares at all the, I guess, the Jedi.
Oh, poor bugger. He was in Clone Wars.
Yeah. And, you know, he's finding all these people. Maybe that was his wife. Then you come across a little child, you know.
I like how I don't know why it stuck out to me. Like, he still has the helmet on. Like, they're like, what are we going to do with him? Freeze him. What about the helmet? Just keep it on. Like, whatever.
Now, are these people dead?
If they are, it's kind of pointless.
Aren't these like trophies from the Inquisitor?
I guess, yeah. Don't know.
So he sees the tomb and makes his way to where they're keeping Leia. And you know, then we have this scene kind of coming up. I might be jumping just a little bit ahead here, but
he's a Jedi again.
Yeah.
Everybody, did you know? What?
I mean, for some reason I can't blow this up, but I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it here. This is the scene here where the lights go off, and he attacks the two stormtroopers. But the one stormtrooper that just saw his buddy get killed here is like, "There's no escape. Like, we got you. There's no escape here." And then, of course, he kills the other one. Now, the crazy thing is, throughout the show, you see Obi-Wan, like, while he's heading to the temple, like, try to use the Force on a little toy,
right?
You know, and it takes the spy lady to say, just forget the past. You know, the past is the past, and
let the past die.
Yeah, let's move forward. All that stuff. So he's like trying to use the Force again. So he's trying.
And I think that was the best scene in the show, by the way. That dark scene with the hits on the stormtroopers. There were some conveniences there, but it looked cool.
Yeah, the lights go off and the lightsaber extends, but it doesn't cut off any limbs. Takes them like 4 or 5 hits just to kill the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
So of course he rescues Leia, and they're running down the hall. And I'm telling you, Jedi Fallen Order all over again. While they're running down a hall and stormtroopers are chasing them and things like that, the glass starts to break underwater. And so Obi-Wan is using the Force to hold the glass in the water. The spy comes down. He's got Leia. He's like, take Leia out of here. I can hold this for a moment. Then little Leia goes with this Imperial spy lady, and the glass breaks, and he pushes the water, and he drowns all those stormtroopers. So they're gone. Then I think the worst scene, one of the worst scenes ever, is them like walking through the crowd. It literally, I'm just telling you, it literally looked like this.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It literally looked like this.
That's all I could think about.
Is Austin Powers when he's got Mini-Me trying to walk through the crowd. That's literally what it looked like.
I was thinking that this morning. I can't tell you how happy I am that you pulled that up. That's all I could think about. Oh yes, very, very busy. Yes.
It was terrible, man. Like, they didn't even try. All right, so in context, let me just be real. He had a big green cloak. Obi-Wan's in like an Imperial helmet or hat on. He's walking with the spy, and Leia's next to him, and they're just kind of walking out in front of everyone. And then Riva finds them and is like, all right, let's go. Let's get them. So now they're being surrounded. They're on the dock. They're being surrounded. And you know, this is it. You know, they're gonna die. And I thought I had a quick pull-up scene real quick of that shot. Maybe I did not. Oh, yes, I did. So now they're being surrounded, and then of course they're being saved by, it looks like 2 people in snow speeder type thing, but
T-47s. Yeah, they are.
Okay. And then Wade dies.
Not Wade. Anyone but Wade.
So one of the ships decides to hover over and just keep shooting at Riva and the other Inquisitor.
So bad.
And he decides to fly off, and they use the Force and throw like whatever that was, a package that's filled with explosives, and blows up the ship. And somebody that we don't even know, don't even care about, has never seen before, dies. His name was Wade. And there was more sympathy and sadness for Wade than there was for Han Solo in The Force Awakens, in the whole sequel trilogy. Everyone was sad. Where's Wade? What happened to Wade? Poor Wade. And everyone's just like, he didn't make it. And everyone's sad. And they're sitting down and they're sad. And Wade is gone. Who the freak is Wade? And why did we even care? And why did he get more like sadness, you know, than anyone else? And then this was the final scene as Kenobi escapes with Leia. Wade is dead. And they're here. Which brings us to, I guess, the most climactic scene. And I'll blow it up here real quick. I got to turn the sound down.
I think my brain had shut off at this point. I was so checked out. I was laughing so hard when the speeders came on. I couldn't control it. I literally could not control myself.
That bad, huh?
That bad.
So here we are right here. Here he comes. Vader is angry. And he's just like, because of copyright, I don't know if I can play the sound, but basically he's like, you failed me. I told you what was going to happen if you failed me. And he came in high-stepping, man. And he's just choking her. The other Inquisitor's happy about all this. And, you know, holding her up there and was like, I told you what was happening if you failed me. Oh, I keep replaying the same thing. Let's go here. So she was able, while she's dying, she was able to squeak out like that. She put a tractor, you know, a tractor whatever it was. What did she put on there?
A tracker.
Yeah,
Tracking beacon.
a tracking thing. She was like, I put a tracking whatever on there. So then Kenobi was like, not Kenobi, but Vader was like, I guess I underestimated you, Riva. Good job. Lets her live.
Perhaps I was too harsh.
Yeah, he was just like, good job. I underestimated you. He was about to kill her and came in with the full force. Now, this is and that's the end of the show. Yeah, we're done.
Thank God.
I will say this. I want to share something else. Is that a lot of people are saying, "Wow, that was Hayden Christensen. That was awesome." Sadly, you advertise Hayden Christensen, and we get to know Hayden Christensen. This is who it was. These were the people that were playing Vader. Big dudes walking in, doing their thing. So yeah. So we might have seen all of Hayden Christensen just in the back to tank and just standing in the robe.
Nah.
I could. You're so hopeful, man.
No, I'm not at all. Actually.
So that was the show. In my personal humble opinion, I know people are like, Jay, you're so negative. I'm just telling you, the show was boring. This was just a rescue mission. It literally looked like they watched Jedi Fallen Order at the end. And that's literally what this was. It had a lot of similarities to the video game aspect with the water crashing in, Vader chasing them, all that stuff, and them rescuing, going out. That's all I could think about the entire time. Somebody named Wade dies that nobody cared about. And the acting to me was terrible. I mean, it just was bad all around. Like there was nothing that just grabbed me. And to me, this just looks like a filler episode. It was a rescue. It was a rescue episode. The problem with doing episodes like this, and I'll let you let it out, is that you already know Obi-Wan's not going to die. You know Leia's not going to die. You know nothing's going to happen to Vader. So it's like you can't put them in situations where you're like, oh my gosh, are they going to die? Is something bad going to happen to them? What could possibly go happen? Because they're not. Like nothing's going to happen. So that there's no sense of shock and awe when something happens to them. You have got to invent characters that we are gravitating to, that if something happens to them will give us the same effect, I believe, is what you're looking for. But the problem is they fall flat in doing that. Like I said, they killed a character named Wade that got more death, sympathy, and sadness than Han Solo did in the sequel trilogy. Everyone was just sad for Wade, and nobody even knew who he was. So that and that's all I'm saying is just that the show is just, it's not rewatchable. It's just kind of boring.
Yeah, so Disney's got an interesting problem on their hands right now because they lost like hardcore Star Wars fans a little while ago. I was out after I think like episode 2. Yeah, I was like, okay, I think we're done here. Still watching it, but this is the problem when you have bad storytellers. And Jay, I feel like I got to push back a little bit on something, but be in agreement with you. We knew what was going to happen in episode 1 through 3, right? We know Anakin's not going to die. We know he becomes Vader. We know what's going to happen to Obi-Wan Kenobi, but the writing was good and we were invested in the characters, so we cared about the story. That's what's missing here. And then you add in the filter of bad cinematography, horrible grabs at nostalgia that actually don't hit at all. The T-47s were just like, what were you thinking, dude? And then you try to force somebody to care about someone that we know nothing about. Like, Wade?
Yeah.
Not Wade. Who the fuck is I've literally never heard of Wade before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kenobi's one of your all-time favorite characters, or is he the character?
For me, yeah, Kenobi, I mean, it's tough. It cycles, but I mean, Kenobi's the Jedi. He's the dude. My dog's name is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, I love Obi-Wan. And yeah, this is like one of those trigger phrases, right? This doesn't feel like Kenobi.
See, that's the thing too. It's like Kenobi's job, Yoda gave him a job. I got training for you to do on Tatooine. while you're hanging out with Luke. I want you to connect with Qui-Gon Jinn. You know, you got training to go on. And so this whole time you're thinking he's training while he's on Tatooine. He's going to train Luke when the time is right. He even mentions that early on. When the boy's ready, he's got to be trained. But how are you going to train him when you yourself have just given up? You don't use the Force anymore. You've turned it off, kind of like what Luke did in The Last Jedi. You've buried your lightsaber, kind of like what Luke did when he just tossed it over the shoulder. And you just don't, you know, and now you got to try to practice on a little toy or whatever that was in the show just to say, do I still got it?
Right.
Do I still have the Force a little bit? There was a callback where he was making noise, kind of like in A New Hope, to throw off the stormtroopers, you know, but it was like, man, he was like straining, like, you know, and then the stormtrooper said, what is that? I heard a noise. Let's go. So, I mean, listen, even people that really enjoyed the show, Disney is losing. These are articles that have come out on Yahoo. Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 4 has me wondering what the F we're doing here. He goes on to say, like, this was a pointless episode. It was just a general rescue. I don't understand. Now, he does go on to say that he liked this and he liked, you know, certain things, but he was like, this episode was bad. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. What are we doing here? Why have a pointless rescue? That's just a filler. We only have, 2 episodes left?
Yep.
And then we're done?
Hopefully. Yeah.
What are you hoping for?
I just want it to end at this point. I just want it to end. And I hope no irreparable damage is done, because at this point, you know, there's definitely some things that I would rather have not been in canon, for sure. I don't think it's irreparable, but you know, to me, when I said Disney has an interesting dilemma, they're losing normies, dude. They're losing normies right now. And if you lose the normies, like I said, you lost us a while back, but you lose the normies, that's a failure of a show. Just hard stop. So figure it out.
Boring episode. Rewatchability. This Kenobi show should have, I mean, it should have been something that maybe brought people back together.
Probably.
It's definitely ripping people apart again. I watched I just went to the end of your watch party and you were just like, I don't know what to say. Bye. And you just clicked off. You just clicked off.
It's like, you know, this is the tough thing about Star Wars sometimes. You know, I'm very passionate about it, and usually I'm extremely vocal about how I feel about something, but there's like nothing to say here. It's the proof is in the show. Like, it's been said. They've shown us what they care about and what they care to give us, and it's that, and it's trash. Sorry, but
well, if the leaks are true, because there is an article out there from the actor that plays Uncle Owen, who says in the final episode, you see a little more story from Uncle Owen. So if the leaks are true, then Riva is heading to see Luke because she's lost Leia. Now, one of the rumors out there is that Riva is trying already to turn good. And that's why she's trying to find Obi-Wan, is that she wants to go back. And that's why she doesn't kill Leia. That's why she doesn't want to torture her. That's why she doesn't try to do anything, because she's already I've already killed the Grand Inquisitor, which messed everything up. Haven't seen him back. Now, you've said that he's coming back because he's in Rebels. So whether he just shows up at the very end like, I made it, what's going on?
what's everybody been up to?
It's possible. But it's just crazy. You have writers coming out saying, I didn't really watch episode 3, so I don't know what's going on. You have other people saying we're not going to break canon, so don't worry, just keep watching. You have Pablo Hidalgo on Twitter trying to salvage whatever's going on with this. It's just like It's a mess, man. It's a freaking mess from start to finish. It's a freaking mess. You had one shot. Listen, I guarantee you, I can guarantee you, if all they did was had Ewan McGregor in Tatooine watching Luke and just have flashbacks of him and Hayden Christensen of Anakin fighting in the Clone War army, just them together on some simple mission where he remembers something important or he remembers something, you know, it would probably plug everyone back in to be like, okay, that was cool. I would love to have seen. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Nope.
But honestly, the early reports were like that's what we were gonna see. And now you see people on Twitter. They were just like, "Where's the flashback scene that was promised? We were waiting to see the flashback scene. Where's Hayden Christensen? We know he's not Darth Vader. We know that Darth Vader's voice is not James Earl Jones. It's a computer mashup that they've created. So James Earl Jones is not involved. Hayden, we've only saw him in like 10 seconds standing in the desert and in the back to tank. He's not in any of the other scenes because he's too short to play. I guess that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be one more major duel. Now, in the trailer, there is. I don't know if there's anything else in the trailer that we haven't seen. Now that
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I mean, pretty much the most recent thing in the trailer was going to be that scene on Nur where they're escaping. I think that was the most recent of the shots. So,
X-Wing, how do you have Obi-Wan Kenobi and How?
To be honest with you, I kind of miss the sequels at this point, dude. It's just, at least those were kind of pretty to look at, I guess, you know, but at this point it's gotten so bad with Kenobi. I mean, Joby Harold should really take a look at how they evaluate writing situations in existing franchises, because I think he feels like he totally nailed it and was super pumped on it. And then we get there and it's kind of like a mechanical engineer, call myself the mechanical engineer, watching a kid do math. It's like, you got 2 + 2? Nice.
Congratulations.
You're so good at this. Like, it's just not deep.
Now, with the stuff with the Riva situation, do you think they prepped all these writers and directors beforehand saying, look, it's Star Wars, it's divisive, there's toxic fans, don't worry about the backlash. If Rotten Tomatoes is going to be review bombed, you're probably going to get racial threats, this and that, like go on and on and on and on. And they, you think they just prepped all these people for what Star Wars fans are actually saying?
They prepped those people, and then they also prepped the other side of the fan base that will accept anything that Lucasfilm comes out or anything that has the Star Wars name on it and call it, you know, Star Wars. They're like, yeah, it's amazing, it's great. And I'm shocked that there are as many people kind of in our circle that are thinking that way. I'm a little shocked, to be honest. And you know, I guess I've been a little bit of a pariah lately because people are like, I just don't understand how you could feel that way. I'm like, I don't understand how you could feel that way. You know, I'm not going to come at you or, you know, make a video on it or anything like that. But this is a little ridiculous at this point. Like, it's not good. You can't change my mind on it. Sorry.
Got 2 episodes left. Will X-Wing survive? You can check out his channel in the top of the description. I know he's getting a lot of love from this community, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
2 episodes left.
You know what's gonna happen, Jay? You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna make.
I don't mean to laugh, man. It's just funny to me at this point. It's just funny. Look, this is me, the tipsy
Tauntaun.
He's drinking beer, man. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, that's it.
I haven't gotten there yet. Like, I'm legit. I gotta go through the stages of grief.
Yeah. You're gonna go straight to meth, man. Like, you're just gonna skip the alcohol.
Nope, not gonna skip
We're gonna find you running naked in the streets of Vegas or something like that. You know, That's what Star Wars is gonna do to you. Anyway, thanks for being here. Thank you all for checking out. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. 1 out of 10, what would you give this episode?
I'll give it a 3 out of 10 just because I got to see a T-47 again.
Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen.
It's all there.
3 out of 10.
It's all there.
Wow. We'll catch you next time.